Boom shakalaka, what is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love with another driving video, a crypto-inspired driving video. If you guys don't know Crypto, you can check out his channel. He's been doing driving videos forever. This is just something that I did once before, and then I saw on the live stream yesterday that you guys were requesting more driving videos, so what better way to do this than to do some driving videos? So, let's talk about the Bitcoin price crash today. Yowza! Bitcoin is in the red, altcoins are in the red. Everybody, it's time to buy the dip, but people are scared. Prices crash, people are scared. Is this it? Is it over? Is this the end? Like, is it over? Well, we're gonna cover that in today's video. Before we do, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Now, let's get into it. Bitcoin price has crashed 10 to 20%. Okay, from the highs. It was at $60,000, went down to low 40s. That is almost a third, almost 33% if it went down to 40, but it didn't go all the way down there. So, if you guys saw the video that I made a few days ago, I'll link to it right up here, you will see that I was talking about how before we have the top, we need to have some serious Bitcoin price corrections. The reason for that is it shakes all the weak hands out of the market. And this is something that needs to happen in Bitcoin over and over again, where basically the people who buy the top, the price drops, they lose their shit, they sell everything, and then they get out. But it's a way of manipulating the market. You have to remember that Bitcoin market cap, even though it's $1.5 trillion, it's still a drop in the pond. Like, I mean, there's so many companies that are worth more than the entire market cap of all cryptocurrency. Maybe there are. I don't actually know if that's true. But they can manipulate it. Big hands can manipulate the market because really price fluctuations just reflect what's going on with retail investors. Institutions are still buying and they're doing so over the counter. And when they do that, it doesn't affect the price. So all of this price drop that we're seeing today is really just retail investors selling. Okay? Whenever the price goes down, it's because retail investors are selling. Whenever the price goes up, it's because retail investors are buying. Now, there are also market makers who can adjust the prices as they see fit. There are professional traders who know how to look at the order books and who can make the market, and that stuff happens. But here's the thing. There are a few things that basically caused the top and then the plummeting prices. I think there are three things. So thing number one that we've been talking about for a long time is that March is historically a bad month for Bitcoin. On average, about 14% losses for Bitcoin. No surprise, we're heading into March, Bitcoin price has to come down. February was a good month for Bitcoin. If we take a look at February was a good month for Bitcoin. But March price historically comes down. That's thing number one. Thing number two was all this FUD about a whole bunch of Bitcoin being transferred from wallets onto exchanges, Gemini Exchange, and I forget the other one, maybe Huobi, maybe something like that. But OK Exchange, something like that. Anyways, it could have just been mislabeling of Bitcoin transfers between cold storage wallets on the exchanges. But the thing is, that was total FUD because all of that Bitcoin, the 30,000 Bitcoin or whatever that was, that accounts for 1.2% of Bitcoin on exchanges. So it's negligible. Even if somebody was market selling that much Bitcoin, negligible. That was 1.2% of the Bitcoin out there. Third thing was Elon Musk, who basically caused the giant pump. He said the other day that he was feeling that Bitcoin and ETH felt overvalued. And Bill Gates goes on to say, if you don't have as much money as Elon Musk, you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. So we have a whole bunch of FUD. We have the correct time of year. We have the perfect storm for a correction. And this happens. I mean, I've touched on it over and over again, where Altcoin Daily tweets this thing where he says that 30% corrections are part of a healthy bull market. And we're in a bull market. But having these corrections is totally normal. Now, some of you will be saying, but is this the top? And this is a question I ask myself all the time, because first thing is, you never know when it's the top. Second thing is, it could always, literally always be the top. Like, I knew this getting into Bitcoin, that it was speculative money. I mean, even though it is the newest asset class, the best performing asset class in the past 10 years, the hardest money that's ever been out there, it's going to do for money what the internet did for communication. Like, even though all of these things, it still is a speculative asset. Every day it's getting less and less of a speculative asset, but it still is totally speculative. So because of that, yeah, the price could go down. Anytime could potentially be the top. Now, I know a lot of us are thinking, well, the last peak was 20,000. This time it only got up to like 58. That's only like 3 times. That couldn't possibly be the peak. And if we take a look at like a log regression, if we take a look at that, yeah, it doesn't appear like we're at the peak. But what is that they say? Past performance does not indicate future results. Something like that. So just because Bitcoin did things previously doesn't mean it's going to do things in the future. Now, in yesterday's live stream, which you can see right up here, I touched on the timing right now is actually exactly between the first peaks, the first significant peaks of the 2011 peak the 2014 peak and the 2017 peak. It's actually like right there where we are right now. So it's perfect timing for a first major pullback. However, and so if that happens, great. If that doesn't happen, then we might still be going up. But I think a correction is in order. And then after that correction, the price ends up going up dramatically. So that being said, that's my overall take on the market right now. Like, I know everybody, especially if you're new in cryptocurrency. Like, I'm still new in cryptocurrency. I got into it in the beginning of 2017. So that's like, I haven't even been in Bitcoin for a majority of the time that Bitcoin's been around. So I'm still relatively new. But I've been through a bull market and I've been through a bear market, and bear markets suck. But the thing is, like, in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you get used to this stuff. Like, the bear market, it went down 90%. Like, if you don't understand that, that's 90%. That's a lot. Like, it went from $20,000 down to $3,000. That hurt. And I survived through that. And I kept on accumulating Bitcoin. And then it went up even higher. And so no matter how far it goes down, there's a good likelihood it'll continue to go up. And so, a 30% dip, while it hurts, it's just part of the, it strengthens you. Whatever kills you doesn't make you stronger. So that's my take on Bitcoin and things. Now, altcoins. For all of you altcoiners out there, for you dipshits who want to buy the dip, well, it can be a good time to buy some altcoins. Now, which ones would you want to buy? Would you want to buy ones that are absolute all-time highs? Like, do you want to buy BNB right now? Fuck no, because we can curse on this channel. Fuck no. Okay, just do that to your children's ears. Fuck no. Don't want to buy BNB because it's at the highest it's ever been. Price is going to come down. How about Cardano? Do we want to buy Cardano? Fuck no. Why not? Because we just showed in yesterday's video that Cardano ETH comparative is likely to drop significantly. You're much better off holding ETH than Cardano at the moment. But here's the thing. There are certain altcoins that are worthwhile to buy. And those ones are ones that are not right now at all-time highs. Those are ones that are at relative lows that potentially people aren't talking about, but ones who have a good long-term potential. So one of the things that I use to buy these altcoins and to figure out what these altcoins are is I use token metrics, because if you put it on investor and year-long term, you can find out which cryptocurrencies are undervalued in a long-term perspective. And here's the thing. I went over in this video here basically 2 strategies for buying altcoins. There's basically 2 successful strategies for buying altcoins. Either you can buy before the pump, you can buy during the pump and buy immediately, but most people end up buying at the top and then they just lose all their money. So if you actually want to make money trading altcoins and you want to know them before they actually pump, my feeling is using token metrics, a system that somebody used to turn $20,000 into $5 million in the last bull run. That's a good way to pick out winners over the long term. So if you guys want to buy token metrics, you can use a link down in the description and also the pinned comment. But if you don't, these are some of the top altcoins to start accumulating right now, because when they pump, then you can sell them. And the reason that I choose these ones for the long-term picks is that if you want to buy before the pump, you need to hold medium to long-term for the altcoins. So some of the top altcoins to buy for the medium to long-term and then sell when they pump would be Elrond, would be FTX token, would be Chainlink, would be Synthetics, would be Theta, would be Decred, even Bitcoin is up there. So all of these things are ones that you want to buy for the medium to long term. And when I say this, I mean weeks to months until we really see an altcoin bubble. And then when they pump, that's when you sell them. I know it feels like when they pump that you want to hold on to them, but when they pump, that's when you need to sell. When everybody's like, I'm holding on to this thing forever, it's going to do awesome, sell it, because it's coming down after that. It happens over and over again. So that is pretty much it for the video for today. We went over my thoughts on Bitcoin. We went over the top altcoins to own. We went over if it's the end of the market. I don't think it is. Like logarithmically, regressionally, it just doesn't seem like the top. It may slow down for a little while before we actually see the top. I still think we're going to see something toward later on in the year, because generally we see a pump around May, June, and then also October, November. Those are just the months of the year when Bitcoin does well. So that being said, we could likely see the prices spiking up then. And also, guys, you got to remember that like real retail FOMO hasn't even kicked in. It hasn't. Like Bitcoin's really not even in the news, even though it's already done 10x this year. Even though it's still barely in the news, nobody's talking about it. They're still talking about coronavirus. They're still talking about politics. They're still talking about all this bullshit. Nobody cares about the most transformational wealth that's ever been created. So if you did enjoy this crypto-inspired driving episode, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.